going on? Today I'm going to talk about the water challenge, what you can expect, and all that good stuff. Anyway, today's January 11th, 2018. It's about 3:45 in the morning. So why am I doing this so early in the morning? Well, because I can't sleep. My sleeping habits have changed. I do a lot of sleeping during the daytime, and at night I find myself being a night owl. When you're hungry and you're getting very hungry, gotta drink. Anyway, things you should know about the water cleanse, challenge, detox, whatever you want to call it. I'd suggest, today's my 8th day right now, and this is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. You could talk about college, you could talk about asking somebody out for the first time, you can talk about getting into your first fight, whatever. This is the hardest thing I've done in life. It takes a mental fortitude that you just didn't even expect that you would need. I'm loving it though because my skin is clearing up, my face has slimmed down exponentially to the way it was. I've lost already, I didn't weigh myself the first 2 days, so I want to say like 10 pounds, maybe more. If you're working out while you're on a challenge, which is shocking if you are, because if you are, I give you credit. But if you are working out while you're on this challenge, if you use a gallon of water a day, you're going to need at least a gallon and a half, maybe, while you're working out, because you're using up energy and you're burning fat. So the fat that your body is trying to eat, you're now burning it. So if anything, I'm not saying don't work out, but definitely use some resistance bands, maybe do some light push-ups, some leg lifts, some crunches, light stuff, something not too crazy. I know a lot of you guys out there, a lot of you ladies out there going ballistic. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But I don't advise it. Few things you should know. You're going to have loose bowels when you do use the bathroom, because it's going to happen so far from each other at times. You're going to be like, what the? Like, I used the bathroom the first day because I still had food in me and it was getting cleaned out. I think the second day as well. And then I skipped like 3 days. And then I used the bathroom and then it was very watery. So it was like no type of hardness to it at all. So no, that's going to definitely happen. You're going to sleep a lot. If you have a job where you're expected to do a lot physically, like you're a construction worker, you're a stock guy, you're a crazy athlete that has to, run track, cross country, basketball, football, whatever, I highly advise against doing this. Just the way I feel now, and I didn't even do a crunch, I could imagine how you're going to feel. Some people might say, yeah, they worked out throughout the whole time while doing this and they found energy somewhere. They are Spartans. I give them credit. But if you do it wrong, you could die. And sometimes I feel like, yo, what am I doing this for? Like, I literally feel, and this is nothing against Africa or anything like that, but I literally feel like one of the Save the Children Foundation kids in Africa where his ribs is touching. That's how I feel sometimes, because it's just like, why am I doing this? I understand why I'm doing this, but psychologically, you really have to have a mental fortitude unlike no other. I guarantee if you do not, you will not succeed. Excuse me, I'm getting hungry again. And the crazy thing, throughout the process, I end up getting my wisdom tooth pulled. So now I got my wisdom tooth pulled with no food in my stomach and I'm taking painkillers. So you already know it's not the wave right there. You know what I mean? Things you should know. So definitely we already spoke about you're gonna lose sleep, you're gonna have loose bowels. I'm not saying you're gonna have diarrhea, but it's definitely gonna be loose. You're gonna be very tired. You're gonna be sleeping a lot. So if you, like I said, have some kind of job that's very physical, I wouldn't advise it. Or if you're gonna do some kind of challenge, I would say do a water and juice challenge, which you're doing, blended juices, smoothies, yogurt. Very important. If you get at least 16 ounces of yogurt a day, very good for you. It helps you exponentially. But I wouldn't just suggest just water. Some people might, some people have done it. More power to them. But for me, I wouldn't suggest it. What else is there? You're just gonna feel different. Different. I'm not saying it's gonna be good. I'm not saying it's gonna be bad, but you're gonna feel different. Some people said, oh, they felt freer. Their mental was just opened up. They were able to write, create, do this, that, and the third. All I'm thinking about is food. All I want is a burger, something like that. But it's one thing I've done, which I should tell you guys. I stopped eating meat for a week before the challenge. So my body was already used or getting used to not eating certain things. So once I weaned meat out and I was just sticking to like rice, pasta, anything. I mean, pretty much, I was really doing rice and vegetables, some kind of vegetables. I went to the Spanish restaurant, they hooked me up, or I went to Jamaican restaurant, Golden Crust. I got the rice with the cabbage, the plantains, the gravy on top. It was oxtail gravy, so it's some kind of meat gravy, but there was no meat in it, so it's cool in my book. But you don't want to see the title of my book. Anyway, comes back down to it. I did that for a week, and then I came into the challenge. But keep in mind, I've challenged myself for a day, 2 days, 3 days prior to doing this. I don't really say, oh, I'm doing a 10-day challenge. I'm doing I just do it, and I see how I feel. If I don't feel like I'm gonna die, I'll do it again the next day, and so on and so forth, so on and so forth. But when I get off of it, I make sure I still don't eat meat, and I'll eat a banana. I'll eat some fruit, like people say watermelon. I love oranges. I'll eat oranges. I'll eat plums. A lot of these things got liquid, so very important that you utilize these type of things. You don't have to, but this is what I do. And then from there, I slowly wean myself back onto food, slowly but steadily. But what happens is when you get detoxed, it's just like you drink that. There's this drink called Citroma that allows you to go to the bathroom and kind of clean your system, so to speak. I grew up drinking it. They sell it in different bodegas and convenience stores. I'm from New York, so we say bodega still. But with that drink, it kind of cleans your body out, and once your body's cleaned out, it's just like the same feeling like when you go to the dentist and they do a teeth cleaning. You don't want to just eat anything because your teeth is feeling great or your body's feeling clean and empty, so you don't want to just put anything else back in it. You see a difference in your skin, you see a difference in just your body type, your when your body starts looking good, the confidence through the roof skyrockets. Very important that you realize that and understand that. So if you're gonna do the water cleanse, just remember these things that's gonna possibly happen. Study as much as possible. I say take baby steps. Do it for 24 hours first, a couple times. They say in a week, if you do it on a Monday, do it again on a Thursday to get your body accustomed to it. I think we should really do it at least once a week, one day. At least everybody should do that to allow your body to just clean itself. If you know it's a day where you probably don't normally cook or whatever the case may be, choose that day. Wake up, do your thing, because you can still go to work and do your job for one day. But if you had a job that you're not a sit down, do it nothing job, just typing up some keys, if you're not at a job like that, if you're at a physical job, it's going to be much more difficult. So it's something for you to understand and keep that in mind at all times. What else am I forgetting? I mean, pretty much that's it in a nutshell. Anything else you guys might want to know, I'll fill you in. I might do another video, expressing other things that I've come across, or whatever the case may be. But just to say, if you're going to do the water challenge, the detox, the cleanse, whatever you want to call it, baby steps. If you've never done it before. If you have done it before and you're used to it, then just enjoy the video. But I mean, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. That's all I can really say about that. I love you all. Life's good. Fredo knows best. I think you know.